What's going on is Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me, getting prepared for the Millionaire Morning Show. By the time that you watch this, the show will be over, so make sure y'all go and restream that if you haven't already. Also, After Hours been popping. We got Mika coming up. And then make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. We got Stock Club this week, so that's going to absolutely be dope. And hopefully I can add some continued value into your life. I've never been one, let me get just straight to my point. I've never been one to ever allow myself to be bullied or shamed and to use my platform to do anything except for speak exactly how it is that I feel about the things that's meaningful to me, right? Let me tell you what's wrong with these pro-black people, right? I like to call them the blackity blacks, but let me tell you what's wrong with these pro-black people. Pro-black people, well, it's a lot of things that's wrong with them, but let's just break it down from this perspective. First and foremost, most people that say that they pro-black can't even agree on the terms that make you pro-black. So I'll give you an example, right? If somebody says, well, is all black people, able to be pro-black? And then you ask another question and say, well, are people that are not black able to be pro-black? And then you go a step further and then you say, well, what about people that marry outside their race? Are they able to also be pro-black, or are they then excluded? And then some of the people that say that, no, they excluded, are the very same ones that date outside their race, or they'll go overseas in order to get some box. And then there's other people that then are hypocrites because they are the ones that commit the most crimes against black people, or they've done the most things against black people, but then at the same time that they'll say that they stand for pro-black. And then on the flip side, you are pro-black if you marry within your race, but it doesn't exclude you from being pro-black if you have a bunch of baby mamas and you actually ruining the community. What I found also is that aside from the hypocrisy, and we'll come back to that in a minute, aside from the hypocrisy, on top of that, they embrace a culture that say that you're not a real nigga unless you did some dirt. And most crimes and dirt is basically perpetuated against people that look like you because of proximity. But they never atone for their crimes by actually being responsible to the people that they actually committed the crime to. But then at the same time, we supposed to believe that these people are pro-black. So you can have children out of wedlock. And then the worst part about it is that they actually don't like, and their main enemy is not the people that they say that they hate, which I've never understood the idea that you can root progress and hate. And maybe it's just because of my beliefs, but that's a completely different conversation. But you've never been able to, progress in any segment of history, right? Nothing good. Nothing good has ever come out of hate. But then at the same time, we're going to flip it, and then they'll say, well, the majority of our conversation is against people that look like you, that disagree with you. So you're unable to disagree with them, and this is for the most part, right? Obviously, you can't put all in the same bucket, but you have to be able to speak to the majority of what you see are most popular, because that's the thing that then shapes the narrative in the culture, right? That's why we say, the culture is trash, because it's the things that you embrace the most. Culture is ever evolving based off of whatever it is that people are embracing, that then shapes the narrative of other people's minds and how it is that they continue to move every single day, right? And the majority of these arguments and the majority of the hate is usually against somebody that disagrees with them, that takes a different position than them, but it may look like them. It's so much hypocrisy, so much cornball stuff, even to the point to where the thing that we then validate is the fact that you're not a real dude, again, if you haven't done some dirt, or they use the comparison of this is what will happen to you if you went to prison. You dumb motherfucker. Why are we having conversations with people based off of prison ethics, morals, as though that's the way in which we're supposed to be having this conversation in the first place? The whole idea is to stay out of prison. The whole idea is not to go to jail. The whole idea is not to ruin your community in the first place. The best way that you can show that you love me is by showing that you love you, by doing what you're supposed to do in your household, taking care of business, not requiring for me to pick up the pieces from the shit that you fucked up, right? And then also on top of that, not being a liability to other people by depending on social services and taxes from people in order for you to get your fucking life together. But now, instead of us empowering each other by leveraging the information, and listen, you don't even need any more information. Yeah, you can get the motivation. Yeah, you can get the nuance. Yeah, you can get different people's experiences because, you know, they can break it down in a way that's more relatable to you or whatever. But you don't need no fucking identity politics in order for you to learn how to get your fucking life together. Libraries is open, but they empty as hell. But everybody on the streets talking about how they real as fuck. I'm not going for this shit no more, bro. Look, it's too late in the game for us to still be making excuses. You ain't got to go to the library. You got the internet. You got ChatGPT. You don't even have to fucking pick up a keyboard anymore. You could literally say what your request is and your demand is in order to learn what you need to learn, in order to get the information, in order to fix yourself. Every single day, there are people that are not from this country, that literally achieve the American dream. There's a large amount of black people that become millionaires every single day. Every single day. Daily. Not yearly, not monthly, not weekly, daily. There are people that become millionaires. Over 1,600, 1,700 millionaires are made every day. And we're still sitting here with this same old pro-blackity shit that's basically rooted in hate, if we just gonna call it what it is. And we're leveraging that in order to play on people's emotions instead of telling them the truth about what it is that you can do in order to get your fucking life together and change the narrative. And then they'll make the excuse. Whenever you see a black person that's successful, here's the excuse. Oh, they slipped through the cracks, or they just got lucky, or they only worried about themselves, or all of this and everything like that. Usually these are the ones that employ most people that look like them. They put money in other people's pockets. They add value into their life. They leverage their platform in order to put other people on that look like them, so on and so forth. I mean, you could just go down the line. The people that complain the most, the people that are the most black, are the ones that's doing the least. And obviously, again, that doesn't speak to everybody, but it speaks to the majority. They're the ones that's doing the least. They're the ones that pay the less taxes, the least amount of taxes into their community, which then fund every other thing that's happening around you, including the infrastructure, your schools, property taxes, all of that stuff. They're the biggest nuisance, nuisance, let me correct myself, because you know they like to hang on every single word and they'll stop it just to be able to review every single word, but they miss the message and they miss the concept. The one thing that I've made up in my mind since I was a little kid is nobody is gonna tell me what the fuck to do. That's not paying me. You can't put any words or any requirements on me unless you paying me. Not even a chick that's fucking me can tell me what the fuck I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I think that real masculinity stands in. Real masculinity is controlling the narrative based off of what you believe, based off of what's meaningful to you. And that meaning can change as you evolve, because we're supposed to be ever evolving. Who you are at 20 is different than who you are at 30, and who you are at 30 is different than who you're gonna be at 40, and so on and so forth. And so you're reserved the right to evolve and change your opinion. I remember when I used to be a Democrat, it always bothered me within my soul to look at things from a liberal perspective, because I knew that everything that we was raised to believe was conservative, but we was told to vote that way based off of our race. And so a lot of these people are not free thinkers, and we encourage people to be free thinkers. Even if you got a difference of opinion over here, we like that shit. We like differences of opinion. We like when people have a different perspective. That's why I open up my platform on a regular basis on After Hours. Used to be on the Millionaire Morning Show. Used to be here on the Anton Daniels channel for people to have a completely different conversation and a different perspective about what it means in order to be whatever. Whether it be money, relationships, whatever, right? But very few people can substantiate their argument because they use emotion to control the people instead of using logic. We free thinkers over here. Free thinkers. And nobody is going to tell us what to do. You know what I'm saying? They can put parameters on you based off of whether or not they paying you. You know what I'm saying? Even if you get a sponsor, they can say, hey, this is the requirement in order to secure the sponsorship. And then I can choose whether or not I want to rock with it or not. But the fact of the matter is that, like I said, most people that consider themselves or label themselves as pro anything, it's all rooted in hate, it's all rooted in corniness, and it's hypocritical at best. I'm curious as to what y'all think. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. we're going to continue to do the work. We're going to continue to run it up, and we're going to continue to take care of business. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.